What's up, guys? I chose this map for the distinct purpose of this being a long video. So if you don't want to hear a long video, this is pretty much just going to be a rant talking about, if you haven't seen it, Bedless Noob pretty much just made a video about God bridging. But he got a unbelievable amount of things wrong. It's insane that a person who has his career made by this server is not only kind of trashing the server, but also just spreading blatant misinformation, Like what? So today, I'm going to be talking about that, and probably just extending this game until this recording's over. If I have to do another, that's fine, whatever. But I just wanted to kind of go on here and talk about that, because it's actually insane. But the first thing that Bedless Noob says, as being a Hypixel YouTuber, he's talking about the bridging community as a whole, which is insane, because he's talking about the anti-cheat. The reason why the anti-cheat is so strict on God bridging and other types of bridging is because there are 100% way more people who auto-click to God bridge than legit God bridgers. Because I've met multiple people. This was even before God bridging was like a big thing. I've met at least 3 people who just auto click to do some sort of no shift bridging method because I don't know, maybe it's cool or like it's something that they like to do. But in my opinion, that should not be allowed. When I was still playing this game like super consistently and playing like solo and being one of the best solo players like in the game, I spent hours working on my speed bridge to kind of like work on being good at the game and trying to be the best I can. The fact that people can auto click and just God bridge is stupid, to be quite frank. I don't agree with that. I think that's stupid. I have always said that cheating is stupid because I think cheating is the worst form, honestly, of just people just being like not good. Like, why would you cheat in a video game when there's people playing legit? But he says this as his obviously is diminishing in skill and the game sense during the video, because the first 2 games he plays, there are obviously things he could do better that would make the game easier for him and make him not complain about it. But I digress. Yes, I would agree. The Hypixel anti-cheat is pretty dumb. I will not lie. I do not like the Hypixel anti-cheat. I don't like how they do it. It just allows cheaters to play for too long. It allows them to play for 30 plus minutes without being banned, which is way too long. If I'm playing a game, they should be banned in enough time for me. They should be banned in enough time for me to finish the game, quite frankly. If they're just blatantly b-hopping, that should not be allowed on the server, obviously. But if you don't understand how the Hypixel anti-cheat works, pretty much I'll sum it up here. If somebody is cheating, they are put in a pool of people, and this pool of people is banned in waves over 30 to 45 minutes. So anyway, the b-hopper is put on a list. Every 30 to 45 minutes, the b-hopper is banned. It's more like 45 minutes to an hour, but that's just kind of how it is. So it allows b-hoppers to cheat for way too long. Now, what he states in the video is that they're keeping they're keeping scaffolders from God bridging, which is trying to ban scaffolding like they have flying in the past. Now, I don't think that's even remotely true. I don't think that makes any sense because it's just not how anti-cheats work. They're not banning specific things. What the heck is those particles? What? It's just not how anti-cheats work, though. Pretty much, the anti-cheat is banning based off of things that it sees, and then it does a ban wave. Now, the reason why they are banning God bridging in Bed Wars is because it's an unfair advantage. 99.9% of the people who God bridge are cheating. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Like, it's just that's an unfortunate thing, but that's how it is. I have never cared about God bridging because I figured it would get banned at some point because it's just too many non-legit players are God bridging. I have a clip on my medal of me in a solo player world, showing how easy it is to just God bridge with an auto clicker. It is so unbelievably easy. I had never done it before in my entire life, and I did it first try. I was able to God bridge more than 20 blocks, which is enough to get to another base, essentially. So there's no point if you can just cheat and have the fastest bridging method. Now, to his credit, he may just be uninformed on how the anti-cheat works, or he may be too uninformed of the game because he hasn't played it. Obviously, he's gained not very many stars in the past year, which is fair. I understand that. But going around spreading this information that Hypixel just wants, he has a person who created a new God Bridge method, which is bypassing the anti-cheat, which is kind of what they're trying to not have a new God bridging method. Anyway, he brings on somebody saying that Hypixel wants to ban players who are good at the game. That doesn't even make any sense. Like, I know he's not agreeing with it outright, but that makes no sense. I mean, sure, you can make an argument that they want people in the game to enjoy it, yes. And banning sweats would be a way to do that. Absolutely, I can agree with you there. It would absolutely be a way for them to make their player base happier. Maybe. I can see that, maybe. But going on a channel that is a Bed Wars channel that is 500k plus subs is outright insane to say that on a Bed Wars channel. Like, that's insane to say. I'm sorry. That's insane. I cannot get behind that. That is outright just terrible to say about a server. Like, honestly, why that if people found out that they were doing that, like, what? People would be so mad. People would be so angry. And sure, you can make an argument that maybe it's just better for business. I don't know. Maybe it is, but there's no possible way that is something that happens. I would be willing to guarantee that is something that does not happen on the Hypixel network. Now, I said I was going to do this in one video, but I guess it's going to turn into a 3 video because I don't think I've said everything I want to say. But essentially, it's just dead wrong, honestly. And now, the new update, I think, is good and bad. And I wanted to talk about this as well in this video. So, I think the new update is a good thing for some reasons and bad for others. Do I think they should have just done this a long time ago, like Gamer80 said in his video? If they were gonna do it, they should have done it a long time ago. I agree with that, absolutely 100%. But I also think Q dodgers are definitely an issue that Hypixel should have dealt with a long time ago, because it just it's made the game so toxic and so stats based, which is dumb. Like, people care so much about their stats. I've seen people curse other people out for the fact that they made them lose stats or something. I have friends who have played this game. They're like high star, and they get cursed out because this person cares about their stats so much more than the other person that they are literally talking to. I don't think that should happen. People shouldn't. That shouldn't, like, your main priority should not be your stats. There should be other things in your life that trope your stats when it comes to things like priorities in your life. I mean, come on. Like, that's insane. Now, do I think that there should be a mode of Bed Wars that is some sort of like, you can't Q dodge, it's for competitive players? Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. But I don't think they went about it the correct way, to be quite frank. I think they could have done it a little bit cleaner and smoother instead of just taking it away from players. And in an update, there was also not really an announcement about this. Like, there was not really an announcement about this update until, like, that I saw, at least. And I'm on this game too much, definitely. I would say that for sure. but like there's no announcement about this update to anyone, and that is where I think they mess up. I also think, in my personal opinion, there should be a ranked version and a not. There should be a ranked, like I was saying, there should be a ranked mode and there should be a not ranked mode for people who want to win streak and do that. Sure, go right ahead. But for people who want the competitive side and to play people who are good, there should be a ranked system. And this has already been put in the community. There's already Discord servers for players to play. But I think it would solve a lot of issues that this game has. And I know I said some stuff about Hypixel earlier about how they wouldn't do this stuff. But I don't think Hypixel is the best company either. I don't think they have much of a leg to stand on. They've never really listened to their player base when it comes to things that they want. They've never really done that, which is unfortunate just because of how they're pretty much a monopoly at this point. Like let's be fair. They're a monopoly over this industry. And that's fair. I've played this game forever. I understand that people play this game because it's good and it's nostalgic and people like it. But when it comes to accountability for what should be happening in this game, when it comes to accountability for this game and how much it's died in the past year or two since I come back and started playing the game again, it's just unprecedented. I mean, like, they refuse to listen to the community, and for that reason, their game is dying. It's like you can't teach a dog new tricks. If you are going to neglect your community when it's at its highest, expect the game to die. Like, that's just how it is. Expect the game to die if you're gonna neglect your community, because they have neglected this game for so long. The first big update was Slumber Hotel. What did that do other than inflate people's stats? Let's be honest. What did Slumber Hotel do other than inflate people's stats? What other thing did that add? I would say the only notable thing recently has been the challenges, but those weren't even good. I didn't do any of that stuff. Now, to be fair, they have been trying to do something about it, but also listening to your customers who play the game is also a big part of running a company and running a successful one at that. And the server's been dying. It's literally quartered in size since its highest point, which is insane. That doesn't happen with normal businesses. Like that doesn't happen. That's not a thing that should be happening. That doesn't happen. So, do I think that Hypixel is at fault for most of the problems they have on their server? Absolutely. The cheater infestation is Hypixel's fault. And the loss of player base is also Hypixel's fault. But the fault of a lot of people in this community and YouTubers and all of these things is spreading misinformation about the game. Obviously, Bedless Noob hasn't grinded the game. He doesn't know much about it. I'm going to be honest with you. That is how I've seen his videos recently. He doesn't know anything about the game. He's playing the game for a check, and that's all he wants. I mean, that's fair. If he just wants to play the game for a check and spread misinformation about the server and the anti-cheat, go ahead. Honestly, I don't care. He can do whatever he wants. But to sit here and say that Hypixel or sit here and entertain that Hypixel is banning good players? No. The reason why they're banning Bridgers is because Bridgers disproportionately cheat compared to others. The people who are God bridging are cheating most of the time. Now, not to say that there aren't people who can legit God bridge or telebridge or whatever. Yes, absolutely. But I would say that for the most part, these people are cheating at a disproportionate amount compared to every other group in the server. The Sweats, sure, there are definitely ranked Bedwars players who cheat. They cheat all the way through. I don't support that, obviously. But there has to be some accountability here. I mean, like, we can't just put it all on these people that, like, we can't just put it all on Hypixel. Say, oh, the reason why their anti-cheat sucks is because because blah 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 and this and this and this. No, the reason why their anti-cheat sucks is because they're having to go against people who are constantly developing an anti-cheat, and the way that they do it may not be perfect in your eyes, but it's how they've decided to go forward with their server, which is fair. And if you don't like how they've represented their anti-cheat, go play another server. I'm sure there's more to play. There's more servers that you can absolutely 100% go play that will 100% take your business. There's thousands and thousands of small servers that you could go support right now, if you want to. So if you want to complain about it, and I mean, sure, I'm not defending Hypixel. Hypixel has done not a good amount of stuff in the recent amount of time. It's really annoying. I understand that, but to dog on them for trying to update this game that hasn't gotten an update and sure, they might not change it. You might not like it, but at the end of the day, that's Hypixel. That's how this game is gonna work. And if you don't like it, I mean, you can go play another game, or you can go play another server, or you can play survival. There's 1,000 different things you could do, or you could try to change it, which is something that I think is also underrated. I think that if we try hard enough, we could definitely change the server back to what it used to be. And I think that's all possible. I think it's possible if we really want it. But I don't think the community will ever change. I don't think the Bedwars community will ever. Sorry, I don't think the Bedwars community will ever change enough for that to take place. I think this community will die the same way it's always been, the same way it's been for the past at least 2 years, with abundance of cheaters and no self accountability for anything that's ever happened in this community. Stay safe, guys. If you have any comments or anything to say about what I've said in this video, go ahead and post them in the comments. I'll respond to all of them. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you later.